So you're thinking about moving to Baltimore, Maryland? We're so excited to show you some of the awesome neighborhoods and suburbs in and around the Baltimore, Maryland area.
We're going to take you around some of the various neighborhoods, show you a lot of the different features and price points so you can get a feel for what Baltimore, Maryland has to offer.
We hope you stick around to the end, where we always share a little tidbit that you won't find anywhere else about some of the awesome places that we're exploring in and around Baltimore, Maryland.
So if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about Baltimore, Maryland, make sure you subscribe below, hit that notification bell, and you can stay current on everything here in the Baltimore, Maryland market.
As I mentioned, today we're in the heart of Baltimore City in, once again, one of our favorite neighborhoods. This is Fells Point. Why is this a favorite? Well, a few reasons. One, it's home to our city office, so we get to spend a lot of time in this historic neighborhood. And two, because it's made up of some of Baltimore's most beautiful and older row homes, all situated on the waterfront. The cobblestone streets and historic facades, they're just so lovely.
Fells Point has more bars per capita than any other city in the United States, and many of them have been around for ages. We can't wait to highlight a few of our favorites a little later for you in this segment.
The Sagmore Pendry is a premier luxury destination hotel and venue. This storied 1914 property is perched on Baltimore's famed Recreation Pier, or Rec Pier, in the heart of the dynamic Fells Point neighborhood. This historically inspired setting reimagines the city's classic charm in a contemporary manner with luxurious interiors. Pendry is signature personalized service, a stunning harborfront locale, and a host of original dining destinations. Each of the hotel's 128 guest rooms and suites feature a very masculine vibe that we absolutely love. It's an inspiring home away from home set amongst the most spirited hustle of the city. This hotel is home to an on-site restaurant, infinity edge pool overlooking the harbor with cabanas for rent, and a full-service outdoor bar and restaurant. Spend a staycation here or just swing by for a meal or drink and take in the city views in a chic location. If you're stopping by Baltimore on your house hunt and you need a place to stay, we can't recommend this hotel more.
Fells Point has huge festivals each and every year. Likely the most well-known is the Fells Point Festival, hosted every October. This is the largest live music event in Baltimore with hundreds of food and retail vendors. The drink ticket sales benefit the Society for Preservation of Federal Hill and Fells Point. People come down to this neighborhood for a cool adult beverage, a crab cake, some Maryland flag swag, and listen to great bands. The best part, it's free to enter. The Fells Point Farmers Market, which is also in the heart of the neighborhood every Saturday from April to October. This is where you can get fresh produce, local wines, local honey, sip a coffee, and shop local.
The Parade of Lighted Boats at Maryland Fleet Week are opportunities for our boat owners to show off a little and a fun excuse to gather along the water. In the warmer months, the neighborhood hosts Films on the Pier, which is an outdoor movie series on Wednesday nights throughout the summer. Our office is across the water from the Pendry on Ann Street. This is where we support our city business from and have events and closings here. If you work with our team and buy something in the Fells Point area, chances are you'll get to experience this well-appointed office for yourself. Let's check it out.
We share a street with some pretty awesome neighbors. Vino Wine Bar, which is Kelly's favorite, is the perfect slot to try new wines or snack on charcuterie. They make one of Kelly's favorite old fashions in the city. We also have a high-end nail salon and dog groomer with plenty of opportunities for us to see some adorable four-legged friends.
Patango Bakery is the end cap to our street and offers fresh-made daily breads and treats along with great coffee and a large lunch menu. Fun fact, I once asked them if they had anything gluten-free and they simply replied no.
Now, let's circle back to some of our favorite bars.
You really need to check these out in person to find one that's a good fit for you and your vibe. But with everything from a tequila joint to a live music hole in the wall, there's something for literally everyone. Salante is a soccer bar, always airing English Premier League soccer. I know this because my husband watches it every single weekend. Prima Dopo is a stunning backdrop. While they're more than just a bar, it's a favorite spot for a pretty pink cocktail. Mike would know.
Max's Tap House has over 100 tap lines and over 2,000 beers to choose from.
Bunny's is a new kid on the block, famous for their fried chicken and extensive list of bubbly, so you know this is a top favorite for yours truly.
Duck Duck Goose is high-end, has amazing food, and a very robust mocktail list.
Admiral's Cup has live music most weekend nights and is a lively scene. Bar Cocina is a large bar with tacos and waterfront dining.
Rye features cocktails with, you guessed it, rye, and a nice wine list as well. This place is packed most nights. And then there's the horse that you came in on, which is sort of like a hole in the wall, but is a huge staple in the neighborhood with live music almost every night.
Whatever your vibe is, FELLS has an option for you. Just leave your stilettos at home, ladies. The cobblestone streets and a cocktail or two is a recipe for disaster. Take it from me.
Broadway Market is a local food market flanked by Chop Tank, an indoor and outdoor restaurant featuring crushes, crabs, and a great menu spanning from brunch all the way to dinner.
Fells Point has its own stop on the water taxi line and connects Fells Point to other waterfront neighborhoods in the city. It's also located conveniently on the waterfront walking trail that spans all the way from Canton to Locust Point. Enjoy a stroll on this flat, paved waterfront path and see the city from one of the prettiest viewpoints, the water.
Now that we've told you a little bit about what makes Fells Point so magical, let's see what the real estate looks like. Let's check it out. Okay guys, we're here in Fells Point. And I'm going to show you exactly what you can get for just under $400,000, which is pretty affordable here in Fells Point of Baltimore, Maryland. Now, we're about 5 blocks from the square, or what they call Broadway. So that's where the water is, the Pendry, the bars, the restaurants. And then we're about 2.5 blocks from one of our smaller parks. A really solid bang for your buck. The only downside here, which is very common in Fells Point, is you're not going to find parking in terms of having a parking pad, that is. Everything is essentially on-street parking, unless you have a newer build. And there are some newer builds, and we'll get to those as well. But essentially, when you're in Fells Point, it's fend for yourself. You have to have the willing and a good attitude to park on the street and deal with the commotion that ensues with that. So let's take a look around here. This is a 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath, exposed brick townhome. And what I like about it is that it has a lot of bathrooms, number one, but it is on the more updated side. So if you were to find this same home and if it wasn't as updated, it would be a little bit lower price. But it's a solid price for what you get. The downside is the homes are about 10 feet wide, and they'll probably say 11 if you were to ask somebody, but it's really like 10 feet wide. So they're a little bit tighter, a little bit more narrow, but they give you a really good bang for your buck. So let's check this one out. What I really love, which we've talked about before, is the exposed brick. So all of this has been pointed and sealed. Everything is extremely nice. So you don't have any debris falling or anything like that. We have a nice, gorgeous window here. We have a nice big window here. So when we come in from the front door, we have the ability to get some natural light. What I also like about it is the hardwood floors. So you can see here, we have some lighter hardwood floors. So typically you go into every updated home and you're gonna see those gray floors. You know, I'm not a fan of the gray flooring, but I really like a lighter tone. So this is really nice to see. And then we get into our tile up here and we'll go upstairs as well. It does have an area in the back, which is nice. Essentially, it's like a little balcony, but it's just on the same level. But this is a good amount of space, especially if you're maybe a smaller family or maybe a couple, so on and so forth. As we've talked about before, with the flooring, this one is leveled out and then the next part is raised up. So most likely if we get to the basement, this part will have a lower ceiling and this part will have a higher ceiling. So just be aware of that. Here we have a coat closet, which is pretty nice. Some of these homes down here lack a coat closet, which is sometimes frustrating. But what I really like here is the bathroom has the exposed brick in it. So that's something that is a little bit different. Typically people are finishing out the bathroom totally, so you don't get this exposed brick, but this is nice, and it is on the first floor. A lot of times when you're in these older row homes, you may not get a first floor bathroom. You either are gonna have to go to the basement or you're gonna have to go upstairs, which can be frustrating, obviously if you're spending a lot of time in the living room, stuff like that. So, or if you're having guests especially. Nobody likes to have their guests go upstairs to their bathrooms. So having this half bath down here is really, really nice. And now we're in the kitchen. Essentially the kitchen is fairly modern. It's not the most up-to-date. It doesn't have the white cabinets that you see everywhere and those kinds of things, but they're fairly modern. It's granite countertops, stainless steel appliances. It's not bad. And if you come around here, there is like a little area right here where you could have like a little table or like a breakfast nook. So that's pretty cool. And then when I swing around here, essentially this is your dining area right here. So if you're looking here, this is out the back door behind me, but here's where you can basically have all of your dining stuff. And the tabletop here is a bar setup, so you can have high top chairs here if you want to use this space for something else. You can do a lot of different stuff. All right, and then out here is right at the dining room here, this back door. There's a little area, it's a little lounge I talked about. You can put a grill out here, that kind of stuff. This is where they keep their trash cans. And there is like a little like atrium here behind me, but I'm not entirely sure if that's community use, and maybe a lot of times they are, but not every time, because there is a church like right over on the other side of the street here. So it could be for them, so I'm not sure, but I'm sure that you can use it, especially if you ask permission. Okay, so now we're upstairs. On this floor, we have our laundry, which is nice, but we also have two bedrooms, one on the front side and one on the back side here behind me. Good news is they kept the floors the same in the hallway. So we have the light colored floors, which I love, and then carpets in the bedroom. Carpet is hit or miss with folks. You could love carpet, or you can really, really hate carpet. Me personally, I don't mind it in the bedrooms, because when I get up in the morning or in bed at night, it's a little bit nicer, it's a little bit more warm and fuzzy, cozy type feel. So I really don't mind it, but some people hate it. So we're gonna come through here. We're in the bedroom now. Good news is there is a bathroom in this bedroom. And this bedroom's huge. I mean, it's like the size of the living room. So if you can see here, I mean, I am tons of space. You can easily fit a king size bed. There's the bathroom. Fairly updated. Not the worst thing in the world, especially for having it right en suite with our bedroom. It's pretty nice. We got one sink, one toilet, and then a tub and a shower. So this could be good for one of the kids, or just as a non-master. This is actually a fairly large room. So we will go down the hall to the other room. And before we do that, it's really good that you don't have to go down the basement to see all the laundry. So we got it right here, and this is where all of our mechanicals are as well. The basement is actually just a crawl space. So whether it's workable or not to get down there for all that is a different story, but they chose to put it up here. So then we're going to go into the next bedroom, which again, This house has bathrooms in all the bedrooms. Give me a house in Fells Point that has 4 bathrooms and 4 bedrooms. I mean, that's pretty hard to find. And it's fairly updated. So this seems like a really good deal for the price that it's at. But again, you get 2 windows, which is really nice. I mean, you can't really ask for more than that. Carpet in the bedrooms. The bathrooms are exactly the same. So, single sink, shower tub. And I know we didn't go into it before, but this is your closet. So it's not the biggest closet in the world, but it's more than enough. This room is a little bit smaller than the one in the back, but you could definitely put a nice dresser and maybe an armoire, stuff like that in here as well. All right, we're here on the 3rd floor now. All right, so you definitely get, as you've seen, maybe our Canton video here in Baltimore, Maryland, you've seen how high up some of these homes can get. So here, I think this one's the master because of the ceiling and how big it is. And it's got hardwood floors in it. So if you're a hardwood floor person in your bedroom and not a carpet person, then this is definitely your room. But needless to say, it's got the higher ceilings, obviously because we're up higher. Does give a bit of an echo though, with the hardwood floors, but it's fairly large. Same size closet as we just saw downstairs in the front bedroom. It does have a much nicer bathroom, as you see behind me. So you can see how much nicer this one is. It's got a nice high ceiling. It's got more of like a jacuzzi tub, and then it's got the much bigger vanity here. So this is obviously a really nice master bedroom. It gives you the ability to look out and see that little courtyard we spoke about before. All right, let's go into the next bedroom. So this one is interesting. So reminder, we're up here on the 3rd floor, so it's a little bit different, okay? So as we come into this room, the ceiling dips. So it's slanted. This is where the roof is, okay? So those are your only windows, but it's a pretty cool room, right? It's huge, just like the other ones. But as you see, I start to hit the ceiling here. But it does have a bathroom as well. It does have this bathroom. It's a smaller vanity, more basic. The ceiling isn't as high, but it is still fairly high. And then a shower and a tub. And then the closet is still roughly the same size. All right, so we're gonna go up one more floor so I can show you something really neat here that is really, I don't know if it's unique to Baltimore, Maryland, but it's one of the selling points about Baltimore and why people love it so much. All right, 4th floor. It's a sunroof type hatch to get to the rooftop deck. Oh boy, that's a new one. So as you can see, you get a really great view of Baltimore and what it has to offer. It's a little bit of a dreary day, but you can see just how cool this view can get. It's crazy. So for under 400, in about the mid 3s, around 375 or so, I'll call it, this is what you're getting here in Fells Point. Now, the rooms are big. We have some updates, but remember, if you need parking, it will be much more difficult for you than it would be in, say, Federal Hill, Canton, Locust Point. And it's just because this is like this, I guess it's considered maybe the oldest part of the city. Whereas, this is where the water is, it's more congested, there's more restaurants, that type of thing. But, it also comes with price tags as well. So we will get into some of the newer builds that do have parking, but you are going to have to pay for it because parking is a premium here down in the city. So thanks for coming through this one with me. We will go to the next one. I think you're going to like that one a whole heck of a lot because it's extremely unique and it's really, really modern. Okay guys, now we're here right off Alisena Street, and this is exactly what you'll get in Fells Point here in Baltimore for the mid-800s, okay? 3 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, over 3,000 square feet, which is really nice. Absolutely incredible 10-foot ceilings in the second floor. There's something upstairs which is really nice that I'll save to the end. And it's not the rooftop. And then we'll take a look through here and get an understanding of why it's this way, why it's priced this way, and hopefully it'll give us an idea of if you're looking to entertain and have parking, then this is for you. Right off the hallway here where the entrance is, we have a really nice office with a ton of natural light. So you're right on street level here. So right off Alisena Street is right here. This couldn't be used as a bedroom. There's no closet, but there is a door and a window, but it wouldn't be big enough to get a bed in here. It's perfect for an office. But as we've spoken about before, here in Baltimore, parking is it's a premium. If you have it, then you're essentially paying for it because the roadways just aren't made for it. But this place has an absolutely huge garage as I fall down into it. And we know it's got that Ravens purple as well. Go Ravens. But not only is there a parking pad out back, which we'll see in a little bit, but the garage, you can fit probably 3 small cars and then comfortably 2 large cars. So not only is this a lot of storage, which is really nice, but it gives you the ability, if you have a partner that you both drive, gives you the ability to both park your cars in here away from the elements. So, very nice. And then we come out, before we go upstairs, there's a nice half bathroom. So, whether you're coming in through the garage, or you're coming in off the street, coming home from work, coming home from the bars, you have the ability to go to the bathroom really quick. So, very nice. We'll head upstairs, see what that's all about, and get an understanding of, what makes this place truly unique. Okay, now we're up here in the second floor, and what I love about the second floor is you got 10-foot ceilings. So, as I said, this is a newer build here in Fells Point. We are approximately 2 blocks from the Pendry Hotel, which we've shown you, and then, which is, essentially walking distance on the water. And then we're about a block and a half from Max's Tap House and the Chop Tank. So it's a really, really great location. It's a building that was torn down and then rebuilt. So we come up here with all hardwood floors throughout. We have these amazing open windows where you have a parking pad where you can access the garage that I just showed you downstairs. I'll even show you the playground that's right across the street there where all the kids are playing. So it really gives you a lot of natural lighting here. And when we flip around, you'll see the other really nice feature that gives them a lot of natural light as well. But on this side, it's great. And then here on the ceiling, we have all recessed lighting. So it goes down pretty far. What I like about this is you have not only have a big living room, right? Huge. but you also have a lot of space for dining as well. So you're not like all jammed up on yourself like some of the other properties, some of the older properties. So this one really gives you a lot of space, especially if you are a family, you have kids or young kids, and you need all the space you can get, especially here in downtown Baltimore, and especially in Fells Point. This home is much wider than some of the other homes that we've seen. So like the one in the 300s that we saw, that was essentially 11 feet wide, whereas that's probably generous. Whereas the ceilings alone here are more 10 feet high or potentially more. And then these are about 16 feet wide. So huge floor plan. And now that extra natural light is coming in through the kitchen. Bam, that is incredible. So you have end-to-end natural light with recessed lighting, something that you're typically not going to get in a townhome, especially here in Fells Point. I'm standing right now right here is where the dining area would be. So your dining room table is where, this is mainly where you're gonna eat, but the kitchen island does have bar stools. So if you're the type of person that is eating quick and always on the run, that's probably a great situation for you. But as we walk through here, I mean, you can see how nice this is. This is an all modern concept, really dark cabinetry. Even though the floors are a little bit darker, it really pops. It really gives that that New York vibe, that industrial look. So you can see just how wide this really is. I mean, side to side, you have a full wine cabinet. I mean, typically there are little short guys underneath the countertop, but it's quite the cabinet there. And then you have a nice open concept for everything else. Your sink is right in the middle of the island, which is nice. So you can be working and going back and forth, maximize the countertop space. And you get an amazing view of Alisana Street. I mean, this is a pretty busy street, right? But there's some of the bars and the restaurants are to the left and to the right of us. But I mean, the good news here is you have a garage. So just about every townhome that's newly built, as in they've torn down everything that used to be there and rebuilt it from the ground up, has a garage, because they know how valuable parking can be in Baltimore, Maryland. I mean, it's quite insane. So if you've ever lived in New York City or San Francisco or any of those major metropolitan areas, it's the same situation. Probably not as bad as those because there's just way more people. But being a smaller city, it just wasn't built for all of the people and the influx that we've had over the last 20 years. So everything that's new is getting a garage. You got a double oven over here, which is nice, especially when you have kids. I mean, it feels like you're always putting something in the oven. That's just me. But needless to say, huge open concept, absolutely gorgeous. This is something that the kind of material that you find in a newer build if you're looking for a single family home in, maybe in Baltimore County that we've spoken about. So let's go upstairs, check out the bedrooms and see what they're all about. All right, so we're upstairs now, which this is a 3-bed townhome, which when you see the size of this thing, you gotta hope and assume, at least, that these bedrooms are gonna be pretty big, and they are. So let's take a check into the master and see what this thing's all about. So in our previous property, the $300,000 range, we had carpet in the bedrooms. This one also has carpet in the bedrooms. It's not a necessity, but for me personally, I kind of like it. It's cozy. But tons of natural light in here. Really nice accent lighting for around the bed. Pretty high ceilings. They're not 10 feet tall, but they're probably about 8.5. And what's really nice is that you've got built-ins in the closet. So I'm in here and I got built-ins on both sides of me. That's extremely nice. I don't think people realize how nice that is until you actually have them, because it feels like you're always making your own shelving, it seems, when you don't have it. But once you have it, it's like, boom, everything's organized at all times. And then we have more closet space here. Just racks, nothing special. And then we're into the bathroom. So, if you like a big bathroom with a double vanity, then you're gonna like this. Nice glass walk-in shower. I can't tell you how frustrating it is when I see a walk-in shower. It's typically with a shower pan and it has a curtain. That is one of the worst things of all time. Please don't do that. Spend a little bit of extra money to get glass. It's gonna save your floor. It's just gonna feel nicer. You're gonna feel like you've upgraded, even if it's an older unit. Please do that. Nevertheless, we also have a soaking tub, which is absolutely massive. I think you can definitely get 2 people in there, that's for sure. And then it's got a bunch of space for all your candles and flower petals as well, okay? So that's nice. Double vanity, as I said, and then we're gonna check out the next bedroom, which is down the hall, and the floors are wood in the hallway, which is nice. We have a bathroom here, which it's not as nice as the other one, but it is nice. So you would think that since this is a newer build, that it would have like the best of all time. You know, you do get when these are built, you do get to pick certain things. So it looks like the original owner, you know, didn't really choose the upgrades of the bathrooms. But nevertheless, granite countertops, which is nice. The ceilings are high, and that's always a plus. And then we're into the front bedroom. Again, tons of natural light. So if you are an early riser or you like to wake up as the sun comes up, this is a good option for you. It has 2 closets on either side over here. And the owners left the TV. That's always nice. You don't have to buy a TV now, see? It saved you a couple $100. And then right behind that door is another closet. These don't have built-ins. I'm not going to show you. You've seen a regular closet before, I'm pretty sure. So we'll skip that. Next, we're going upstairs. As we've shown you before in our previous Canton videos, be sure to check that out on our page. The rooftops in Baltimore are amazing. You get great views throughout. So upstairs, I'm going to show you what I really love about it before we even get to the rooftop. Okay, my favorite portion, the loft, right? I know we had an office in the basement essentially next to the garage, but this is really where you can make, you know, your man cave or your playroom or things like that. It has direct access outside to the rooftop, which is a 2-tier rooftop. Gives you a ton of space, so you can set up a nice TV over here, and then along the railing here, you can set up a couch. Gives you a lot of options. Or you could put a pool table up here. You could put some ping pong. You could put another bar up here, so that, you know, in and out from the rooftop, you have the ability to grab a cold drink without going all the way to the 2nd floor, which is really cool. Also, there's a bathroom up here. So, if you have to go to the bathroom, you're on the rooftop, you're drinking some beers, you're having a good time, or you've had maybe some too many nachos and you need to go to the bathroom, you've got it right here, which is really nice. But also, what's unique about this property is it has a theater. So not only are you getting natural light here with the shades that come down, you have a projector screen behind me, and you have some very plush sofa seats right here. If you know me, I am all about audiovisual, and having a theater in your townhouse in Fells Point, Baltimore, I mean, that is super cool. And you know, for good measure, we know, well, you'll come to know that if you live in Baltimore, you got to be a Ravens fan. Because if you're not a Ravens fan, you're going to hear about it. You're always going to hear about it from somebody just about every day, either Ravens or Orioles. But the good thing here is they've accented the speakers to be purple. I actually really love that. So, if you like to entertain, this is a really nice townhome for you. I mean, all the natural light, you have modern aesthetics, you have parking, and now let's go up to that 2-tier rooftop deck. All right, we're on the first tier of the rooftop deck. So I will give you a glimpse of what this looks like. The sun is directly in my eyes, so that's fun, but really nice view. See the kids playing out there, so on and so forth. Really cool area. Okay, now we're on the top of the roof. This is exactly what you want, and one of the luxuries of Baltimore. Being up here, giving you the ability to see the city, see the fireworks during the 4th of July and other events, being able to see the stadiums lit up and roaring during sporting events. This is what it's all about. Huge Trex material, so you don't have to worry about staining it or anything like that. You just have to worry about the upkeep of, you know, the metal and the railing to make sure that that stays intact. Gives you the ability to put some lighting up, which is nice. But if you're into entertaining and entertainment, this could be a very good option for you, or one just like it in Baltimore. Again, like I've said, priced in the 800s, the mid to 800s. You get a lot of house for that value. So again, with the parking, the entertaining, the high ceilings, the modern aesthetics, this could be an option for you. So let's check out something else right down the street. And if your price point's a little bit lower, that could be an option for you as well. Okay, now we're over here in a little bit of upper Fells, so to speak, but this is exactly what you're going to get here in Fells Point, down here in Baltimore, Maryland, for roughly $400,000. So this is a 4-bedroom, 2,100 square feet townhome, but it is, like we've showed you before, it's definitely skinny. So it's probably 10 feet wide, maybe less. But here everything is pretty much updated. So you got hardwood floors throughout, new stairs, new kitchen, so we'll go through it. But essentially this is what you're looking at in terms of living space. So not a ton, right? But it tends to open up a bit as we get here, you know, down the hallway. It tends to widen out a little bit. So we'll go through here, granite countertops and everything, white cabinets, stainless steel appliances. I mean, they've done a really nice job for the space that they've been given. Hardwood floors. It's almost like there's some states out there that they have these homes called shotgun homes. So essentially what that is, it's just the style. They're really long. So this is kind of what that reminds me of. But we'll go down here and see what it's all about. At the end here, there's essentially I don't know if it's like just an extra room or maybe a mud room, but it's just like an empty space. I don't know if you make that a dining room, not really sure. But There is a full bathroom here on this floor. So I'll come in here as I fall down. But there's a shower, toilet, and everything like that. So, this is that room I was speaking to you about. It's just an empty space. So, I'm not really sure what we're supposed to do with this. But again, we've talked about it a bunch. If you need parking, you're gonna have to pay for it. Because unless you have a garage, Fells Point is just a historic portion of the city. Everything is too crammed together. So on-street parking, it was fine for me when I got here. But if you really want that private parking, you're gonna have to pay for it. And that comes with a huge price tag, comparatively. Because this one's only $400. So personally, I love parking. When I lived in Locust Point, which we'll get to in another video, you don't have to worry about parking over there for the most part. There are newer townhomes that do have garages, but the on-street parking over there is just way less, because with Under Armour being there, the National Guard is over there, and Fort McHenry, it's kind of like almost like a one-way in, one-way out. So there's not a lot of through traffic over there. So there's not a lot of people just parking for no reason. So that is pretty nice. All right, so when I come into these houses, I'm touring them typically for the first time, just like you are. So that you're getting exactly what I would talk about if you were here standing right next to me. So I'm not entirely sure if the master bedroom is on this floor yet, but we're gonna find out. I came right up the stairs here, and I'm gonna step down into a bedroom. So this is basically over the kitchen, but it's a pretty small bedroom. I mean, there's enough for like a double bed in here, and that's about it. There's a nice closet, but you can see, if I lay down, I can touch from the floor to the other side of the wall. So that's what we got over here. Not the best. So if you wanted to make this like a nursery or an office, maybe that's something you might want to do. Here's the bathroom. It's updated. It's nice. It's not bad. The grout work isn't the best, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. But it is a decent sized bathroom, so you're not all crammed in every situation here in this house. And then towards the front of the house, carpet in the bedroom. We're back. There she is, carpet. It's a little bit bigger in here, not much, but it does have a walk-in closet, which is pretty nice. But if you like carpet in the bedroom, you've got it here. If you don't like carpet in the bedroom, you've got it down there. So let's head upstairs and see what we've got. All right, we're up the stairs. There is a rooftop, but we've got some weather going on, so we're not going to go out there right now. I guess technically this is the master, but not entirely sure, because as we've talked about in prior videos, you have to have a door. There is no door, just a stairwell. So theoretically, there should be one right here if they were to drywall this off and put a door in. But we've got the bathroom here. It's nice, it's updated. Everything that you could ask for, of course. It's on a slant, which is abnormal, but they made the best that they can do with the space that they've got here. There's a walk-in closet, sort of, behind me. And then this is a much bigger space, I guess, because it has no door here and there's no drywall, so I guess this would be the room I would pick if I were to live here as the master, but I guess either front side is basically a bedroom. So them saying this is a 4-bedroom, they're essentially saying that back room by the door is a bedroom, and it's not. So you got to be careful when looking at these properties to see. Some people will try to make claims that theoretically aren't, but you've seen the differences in the homes that we've come across. You've seen the 300s, the 400s, and an 800. It's very hard to find a house that's somewhere in between. They go very, very quickly. So this is what's on the market here currently, but you know, by the time you move here, whether you're moving from DC, or you're moving from Philadelphia, you're moving from New York, you're moving from upstate New York. That's when we get a lot of people moving. Don't really move from Delaware that often, but occasionally. And we get a lot of people from Boston as well. So if you're moving from one of those areas here to Baltimore and you want to live in Fells Point and get that old school type feel, but don't want to break the bank obviously, then this might be an option for you. Personally, I may choose maybe in that $300,000 range, get a little bit wider house, don't need as many bedrooms, and I'm a little bit more, you know, towards the bars and restaurants. That might be something that you're interested in. Or you want to live a little bit high scale and you want your own parking, you want top-notch amenities, you want modern aesthetics, and maybe that $800,000 price point range is for you. But we'll have more videos. We're going to have videos on Federal Hill, Locust Point. Those are coming as well. Be sure to check those out. Hit that notification bell to get notified when those drop.
I'm Kelly Schuett.
And I'm Mike Mislinski, and we're with the W Home Group of Next Step Realty.
We get calls and emails every day from people just like you who are thinking about making the move to Baltimore, Maryland, and we love it. We love sharing all of the amazing things that make Baltimore Charm City.
Whether it's 9 days or 90 days, we're here to make your move to Baltimore as smooth as possible.
Reach out to us anytime. We're so excited to get started helping you make your move to Baltimore, Maryland. You can call, text, or email us anytime. All of the information is below. We're so excited to help you on your journey moving towards Baltimore, Maryland because we love new neighbors and new friends. Welcome.